Oof. Oh my God. Look at my head. My head has been mashed. Isn't that interesting? Oh, I am so sore right now. I just didn't. Am I okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought you said your head hurt.
No, my head has this funny mark on it from my hat. From.
Oh my God. Okay, you're online.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I'm proud of myself. We just did. How far did we go? Did you look at the total distance?
We went 8.3 miles.
8.3 miles. And we normally only do like 4 or 5. 6 or 6.5 at the most.
Yeah.
So 8.3 is good, especially given I did 2.5 today. So that's almost 11 miles, 10.8 miles.
Boyce, you're all ready now.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you can do.
Well, it'll be 13 miles on Saturday.
You're ready.
That's going to be some shit. Oh my God. So I'm going to say hello to Luther Dupree, Salavinia Brown, Color Shines. Oh, Candace, what's going on, girl? Meet Anthony Brown, what's happening? Amos Assembly Jr., Buff Gibbs, Jennifer Kirkland, Nakia Nikki, hey, Monique Brewer, Tremaine Lewis, McTiller, Anthony Lovick. Are you excited for Kamala Harris running for president? Now, you know you need to be quiet, man. You fucking with me, ain't you? You messing with me with that question. That's a facetious question. He trying to trigger me. Well, I don't hate Kamala Harris. Let me just make that clear. And I guess if I had to pick, I mean, if it was Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump, who would you rather have? I guess since they don't give us any real choices, I guess I would just pick the one that was the least horrible. How about that? So yeah, she's clearly the least horrible option between herself and the Republicans. How about that? I gotta clean out this tub. Why does the water seem warm and it's supposed to be cold? So, in case you're wondering, I'm feeling myself right now because I ran 8.3 miles just now, and I did 2.5 this morning. So I did big mileage today, and as you guys have seen before, I have to do my frozen water baths afterward because that's what you have to do in order to keep your joints from inflaming or something. So to avoid inflammation, I have to take a really cold bath with frozen water. And it's not fun, but it's also not fun to be sore the next day. I'm trying to figure out why this water isn't cold. Okay, it's cold now. Hey, Dr. B, that's great. Take it easy, though, says Nene. So, I sure will. Raymond, how much sway does the liberal media have on blacks and their opinions of conservatives? A lot. I mean, but, you know, I don't think black people should be liberals or conservatives because both of them are trying to play you. Both of them are manipulating you. You know, I think that we should just be black because there are some liberal ideas that are good ideas. There are some conservative ideas that are good ideas. So I think that when you lock yourself in and you pick liberal or conservative, you're kind of trapping yourself. You can't find the best ideas anymore because you're getting caught playing like white folks political football. And that's not going to get black folks ahead. It's going to put us in the back of the bus. So I don't, you know, people ask me, am I a liberal or am I conservative? I'm like, well, it depends on what day of the week it is. Some days I'm a liberal. Some days I'm a conservative. I'm going to keep your ass guessing. You know, Martin Luther King did that. Martin Luther King, he didn't align himself with any political party. Martin Luther King was like, well, you know, if you're doing something good for black people, then I'll support you. And if you're not, then I'm not going to support you. He met with every president that was in power during the time that he was in power. He met with, I think it was Nixon when he was vice president, Eisenhower. He met with Kennedy, of course, and Johnson, and I think he would have met with Trump. You know, I mean, I don't think Trump's a great guy or anything, but I think you just you see what you can get from the politicians. You know, like I think refusing to meet with somebody, I don't really know what that really accomplishes, other than excluding you from, possibly getting something from them. Because the thing is, if you really wanted to use Donald Trump, you could take advantage of the fact that it seems to really bother him that everybody thinks he's a racist. So if I was like his one black friend, I would probably say to him like, well, I can get people to stop calling you a racist if you give like $1 billion to support black businesses. And if he delivered on that, then I'd be like, here's what he did. Don't call him a racist anymore because he did more than Obama. But I don't know if Trump's on that wavelength. I don't really know exactly what he's on. He's a little bit like the Joker in Batman. In the Batman movie, when they were dealing with the Joker, oh my back, I'm so sore. They were trying to figure out what the Joker wanted, and they couldn't figure it out. And there was one part where Alfred, who was Batman's like little manservant, which is kind of a weird thing, right? Alfred said that there are some people who just want to see the world burn. And so maybe that's who Trump is. Maybe he's like the Joker. Maybe he just wants to see the world burn, or he wants to see the world worship him. Is he a complete racist or not? I don't know. I prefer to see him as a narcissist more than anything. I think he just kind of worships himself. And that's what makes him unqualified to be president. I kind of don't really know what to say when people talk about the racism, because most of the racism in the beginning was driven by what he did with the border wall. And the border wall has nothing to do with African Americans. There's not one African American I know who's going to be affected by whether or not there's a border wall. None. But what happens is white liberals, they pretty much enlist black people to fight their fights. So they're like, Trump's building a border wall. That means he hates black people. And most black people just go with that. They're like, yeah, that's right. You're a racist. You're building a border wall. You hate black people too. Whereas there are some smart black people who are like, what does a border wall have to do with me? I'm not trying to climb a wall. Like, I don't care about a wall. Like, if you build a wall around the hood, then that might be different, right? But if you build a border wall, that's going to stop Mexicans, but it ain't going to affect me. And, last time I checked, I ain't seen bands of Mexicans that are really fighting for black people. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means, they fight their fight. We fight our fight. It is what it is. Now, I got to fill these containers up with ice, because, I got to add some ice in to make the water extra cold. Indigenous Roots, what's going on? Ron Adams, what's happening, man? Hakeem the Dream says, Uncle Boyce, what's up? Melody says, hi there. Under what circumstances do you recommend whole life insurance versus term? I guess if you are a person who is a terrible saver, then bad saving is better than no saving at all. The reason a lot of people recommend against whole life is because the investment component where your money is supposed to grow isn't really that great. Like I think is happening, and I got to look at this more, but I believe the insurance company is making money off of you because they're earning more than what they're actually paying out to you in terms of a return on your investment. But if you're a person that can't save at all, then even bad saving is better than no saving at all. So even if you're not maximizing and getting as much out of your money as you could get, just getting something out of your money is better than getting nothing. Because the reason a lot of Americans don't have any savings or any investments is because we're not trained to save anything. We don't save a damn thing. And, to me, even if you're a bad investor or if you're a bad saver, or whatever, that you're still better off than most people. So like, that's why I tell people the worst investment you can ever make is to not invest at all. Because if you don't invest your money, what are you going to do? You're going to spend it. So why the fuck are you telling me that you're scared to invest because you're afraid that, you know, you're going to buy $1,000 worth of stock and then maybe it's going to be worth $700 or whatever. But you go to the mall, you spend $1,000 at the mall, and that money has disappeared like in a day. Now that $1,000 is worth $0 and 0 cents. So to me, even if you invest and your $1,000 drops to $700, at least you got $700 to show for it. You know, I mean, so for somebody to say I don't invest because I'm afraid to lose money, that's like the dumbest shit that a person can say. Because when you spend your money, you're losing it all. You're giving it all away. So anyway, let me be quiet. Hey, Cizo, Cameron, what's going on? Christian says, if you're familiar with DJ Vlad as a culture vulture. I've been on DJ Vlad's little program, and I've talked to Vlad a couple of times. He's a smart dude. You know, I don't have no issue with him. He's very obsessed with, like, I don't know if I call a culture vulture, because I know Dame Dash uses that terminology a lot. And Dame is my friend, and I respect Dame a lot, you know. But I don't know if I call it culture vulture, because I don't know if we own that culture. I think people they just like us. Like, blackness is cool. It's like the Wu-Tang Clan, you know. I mean, are they culture vultures because they make references to, you know, Kung Fu and China and ancient Asian cultures? No, I don't think you're a culture vulture. If you know, we used to make, back in the day, there used to be a whole lot of karate movies on TV. And I don't think that meant we were culture vultures. It just means we had a respect for Chinese culture, right? So is Vlad a culture vulture? I don't know. But does Vlad, you know, profit from kind of marketing various aspects of what some think is black culture? Yeah, he does. Does that make him a criminal or a bad person? I don't think so, because everybody could do the same thing he does. We just don't do it. You know, everybody can form a business. It's like hip hop. Like, you know, there were white people that made money off of hip hop, but black people could have made money off of hip hop. The problem is black people don't, you know, we just don't really sit around talking about how to start businesses. You know, we do other things, you know? So, you know, when we call somebody a culture vulture because they're making money off of something that we could have been making money off of, I'm not big on that. Because I don't think we should be the kids that get mad because you're playing with the toy that I refuse to play with. You know, we're talking about hip hop. You know how white people kind of stole hip hop, black people invented it, but they made money from it. And my thing was like, well, why weren't y'all making money from it? Why don't y'all start businesses in your communities? So you could have businesses that, you know, in industries that form out of hip hop. We could have done the same thing. We just don't have business development in our culture because everybody trying to go to college so they can learn to work for a white man. That's our fucking problem. Anyway. Hey.
You got it all figured out, Boyce.
I ain't got nothing figured out. So there's the water.
That's it.
There are the ice cubes. See little ice cubes? So I'm about to hop in this pool of cold water. And this is what I'm going to do. I do this regularly because I want to inspire you to get off your ass. For those of you who are sitting at home like I was and not getting in shape and, you know, and just getting fatter by the second. And if you're getting tired of it, I want to encourage you to believe in yourself and just start with baby steps. So today I'm excited. Have the longest run in a while. 8.3 miles we did at night. We normally don't even run at night. We run during the day. At night, I'm usually too tired to run. We were like, fuck it, let's get out. Let's go out in the dark at 20-something degrees. We did 8.3 miles, and I had done 2-point-something miles earlier. So it's almost 11 miles in one day, which is like a big deal for me. So now I'm going to finish this day doing this is my second time taking a bath in frozen water. And while I'm in this frozen water, I will answer your questions. So give me 1 second. Now, I told you guys the secret to doing the cold water is you got to yell, you got to grunt so that it numbs the pain. So I'm going to jump in and I'm going to grunt. Oh. And it's about be what's going to be. Yeah, I got my shorts on because I don't want to be indecent on the internet. I ain't trying to do a Kim Kardashian and break the internet.
Oh wow.
These are like shorts. So these are shorts. So I'm gonna hop in. What you want to hold it? You want to film it?
Oh yeah, I'll fold it.
Yeah, here you guys never really get to see me actually jump in. So
wait, how do I turn this around?
It's already turned around.
Oh, it is turned around.
Yes.
Okay.
So here we go. All right. So I'm gonna jump in. I'm over here.
Do you want me to get you? Okay.
You can get me, and I'm gonna go in and jump in. Okay.
You're gonna jump in?
Yes. So you can watch me jump in. All right. So here we go. You ready?
Okay.
But no, don't scroll down too far because I want to go back and get all the questions.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I'm jumping in this pool of cold water. All right. So pray for me. I need y'all to ask White Jesus to give me the strength, Lord, to jump in this frozen fucking water and survive the storm. I do not want to do this. This is not fun. But in life, what I have learned is that you either pay now or you pay later. So I'm about to go ahead and pay this shit in advance. I'm about to pay it forward because I'm not going to be no fat ass no more. Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm jumping this water now. Here we go.
Go for it.
All right. Okay, here we go. And I got to get all the way in, too. I got to get all the way up to here. God damn it. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to yell. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Ah! Oh! Ah! Woo!
Oh, look at that.
Oh! So cold. But I'm in.
You are crazy.
I did it!
You are crazy.
I did it! I'm in. Okay.
How.
Do you see the time on there, babe? Do you see the time on the clock?
I do not see a time.
Okay, here, hand me my phone so I can look at the time because I'm not gonna do this. I don't want to do this longer than I need to.
Okay.
Here,
I don't know.
I'll answer questions while I'm on here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm in the water. Okay, I can't see. What time you got?
Yeah, it's 11:55.
Okay.
How much time do you want to be?
I think I want to do 8 to 10 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm immersed. Like I'm fully immersed. Like all the way up to my stomach. But it's okay. Like I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna make it.
All right. Hats off to you.
I'm gonna make it through the storm.
All right.
All right. So here we go. All right. So I'm gonna answer some of your questions while I sit in this water to take my mind off this frozen water. And this literally is frozen. Y'all see the ice cubes up in this bitch. And the ice cubes have not melted. So this is some cold ass water. What's going on, Ricky and Serena? How you doing? Hey Doc, is crypto cold? I don't know. I'm sorry. I think the message got cut off. Henry Womack, good evening. I have 2 questions. One, what's your opinion on the shutdown affecting black people? It does affect black people. Black people disproportionately work for the government. I think in a lot of branches of government, I think they were saying 30-something% of the government workers are black. So it does affect black people. And I've pretty much have sort of stated that, you know, I don't really know how much of a position we are to change the way America is run. But we're in a very good position to observe how America's run and how you can protect yourself. So what I always say, what I've been saying is that, you know, you think these government jobs are a secure source of income, and it's not a secure source of income. It's a very insecure way to make your money. You know, corporate America is a very insecure way to make your money. So there's no such thing as job security when you have one stream of income. You're not secure. You're in a very insecure, vulnerable, high risk position. So, you know, training your children and your family on figuring out ways to get multiple streams of income is a survival mechanism that I think we should incorporate in our community. And if the government shutdown doesn't show you that, I don't know what does. I mean, seriously, you know, so that's my 2 cents on that. Amos, hey, how you doing? Amos from California. All right. Primp says, Doc, you good? Yes. Well, I'm good, but I'm in this frozen water right now, all the way up to my stomach. And if you're asking why I'm sitting in a pool of frozen water, it is because I am, that's what you have to do to reduce inflammation, to keep your joints from getting inflamed and being sore the next day. Because like literally, if I don't do this, the next day I'm like limping literally because I'm so sore. But I'm just determined. Like I just got tired of this shit. You know, I just got tired of getting fatter. I got tired of the blood pressure going up. I got tired of like having low energy. I just got tired of it. And I was like, man, fuck this. I'm not living like this anymore. So I'm going to do what I got to do to change this, you know. So it was not easy. It was really hard to change my habits. And I still I still eat, you know, stuff. Every now and then I'll eat some shit I shouldn't eat. You know, I'm not perfect in any way, but I'm going to be perfect in terms of doing my best. You know, that's one thing. People can take a lot of things away from you. You may not always win. They could take away your first place trophy. They could take away, you know, they could even take away, you know, your reputation if they really want to make things up or lie about you or whatever. But they can never take away your ability to do your best. You know, they can never take away your desire to believe in yourself, you know. And so, you know, that's what I focus on every day. I just get up and I'm like, whatever life throws at me, I'm just going to do my best, you know. And so with this, I was like, I'm going to do my best. Like, I can do this, you know. So it was big. It was really, really big for me, you know. So I just, and I share this because I want to encourage you. Like, it's attitude's everything. Attitude is everything. If you change your attitude, you can do anything in this world. Seriously. Anyway, let me keep going. Sporty says Kamala ain't the one. Yeah, I'm not excited about it either, to be honest with you. Hello, Boyce. I've been trying to connect with you for a long time. I will pay you $1,000 to go to lunch with you. Okay, well, all right, well, that's okay. Email, let me see. Email my manager or my assistant. Actually, email assistant@boycewatkins.com. And there are people that do things like that, that'll pay, you know, a consulting fee and stuff, and we have meetings and stuff like that. And if you're running a business, it's worth it because, like, I've paid thousands of dollars to consultants who can actually help me solve, you know, $100,000 problems. You know, like, it makes sense to pay a consultant what you got to pay them if they're going to be worth what you're paying them. Like, if they're going to help you make an extra $50,000 or $30,000 or whatever, then yeah, go ahead and pay them $500 an hour or $1,000 an hour. That's what I do, you know. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's very good thinking, actually. Craig, can you help my karate class in Chicago Heights? I don't know karate, but yeah, I support you. Simone, see Simone Kaysen. She's with Fly Nubian Queen. She's a smart sister. You did very good. I saw your video the other day. I really liked it. Great job, sister. Indigenous roots. What's the safest way to do a single person C Corp? Safest way? Well, you know, there's a process to filling out the paperwork and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of C Corps. I mean, I guess if I did a C Corp, you'd have to, I guess, have a reason to do it. Everything I do is typically LLCs. Nicole Compton is a lawyer, and she teaches in the Black Business School. She's very good at that. Our entrepreneurship class is actually blackmoney103.com. It's part of our Black Money sequence in the Black Business School. And Nicole goes in there every week and answers questions. And she's a startup specialist. She's a lawyer. She can answer any question. She knows all the paperwork, all the documentation. So, you know, if you don't feel like you know what you need to know to start your business, somebody like her can just tell you everything you need to know, answer every question. So that's what you do. You pay a little bit of money to somebody who knows the things you don't know. I do that all the time. I don't feel like I have to know everything. I just need to know where I can find people who know what I need to know so I can pay them for their knowledge. Let's see, what's going on? Hillary Talbert, how are you? Tiffany Samuels, how was the UW Tacoma speech? I thought it was great. I probably scared the white people. I just do that, you know, like when I give a Dr. King Day speech, I'm not a typical King Day speaker. I'm not a guy that's going to just give you fluffy stuff. I believe in substance, and I believe in tackling the hard issues, and I believe in respecting Dr. King's legacy by telling the truth. So I gave a speech that probably surprised the provost and the politicians that were there, but I don't regret it one bit. And what typically happens is that because a lot of white people are not accustomed to a black person telling them the truth and telling them the truth in a way that, you know, is clear and articulate and you know, thought-provoking. I think I'm pretty smart. I think that it kind of throws them back a little bit. So what happened was, after it was over with, I had a book signing, and there was a long line of people to get their book signed. Every single person in that line except one was black. There was only one white boy, and he was a white boy. And it did not surprise me. He was a white boy. His whole life he'd been studying music, Zimbabwean music. He was an expert at some Zimbabwe music. So he was really connected to black culture and comfortable with black people. Regular white folks wasn't trying to talk to me. Like, they were scared of me, or maybe they were disgusted with me. I don't know. But that really, to me, is just so reflective of what kind of country we live in. We live in a country where nobody really wants, they're not educated on the truth of what they've done to black people, nor do they want to confront the truth of what they've done to black people. So when you confront them with the truth, they're like, okay, who let this nigga in the door? And why is this Negro here? Right? And that's kind of what it is. It's life. It's fine. Ron Kirk, is there a race civil war coming? There could be. America has not been this divided since the Civil War. So, you know, you never know. Marcus, why haven't blacks started our own town? There are some places that black people live in abundance. So it's not like it hasn't happened, but it'd be cool to see it happen more often. Stefan, what do you think about the boy who got no jail time for raping that 1-year-old girl? I'd like to know what happened. Like, why didn't they give him jail time? Like, you know, like, why would a person rape a 1-year-old and then not go to jail? I don't even understand that. Rayvon says, I just finished 3 hours on webinar 102, and I'm about to get 2 hours into the gym myself. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Good for you, man. Good for you. Keep growing, brother. Keep pushing. Let's see. Lee says, my guy, my wife and I get a lot of value from you. Much respect. Well, say hello to your wife for me. Lee and his wife watch us, and they said they get value from us.
Oh.
Yes. So yeah, that's what's up. I love it. Let's see. Amos says the one that is for reparations. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Henry, do you still own Bitcoin and any cryptocurrencies? Yes. I own about 50 different coins. My investment from the beginning in crypto was a long-term play. It was a 10, 15-year investment. What? Yeah, I know. They can't see you. It's pointed toward me.
No one can see me.
No one can see you. No one can see you.
Okay.
What time is it? Have I done my 10 minutes?
Yeah, it's been 10 minutes.
What time is it?
12:05.
12:05? Okay. All right, then I'm going to get out of this cold water.
Okay. How are you going to do that? Okay.
I don't know. I'm going to hop up. Okay, I'm going to get up out of this. Hold on. I'm standing up now. Hold on, babe.
All right.
Oh, now I got to take a warm bath to reheat my muscles. That's what my trainer told me I have to do.
Let me see how cold are you. Let me feel.
Feel cold.
Oh my gosh.
I know, frozen, right?
You are freezing cold.
Yeah, it's like icy. Like my legs are like literally numb, frozen cold. So now the next step in the process is after I do the cold bath, I have to do the warm bath. So then the warm water feels super hot after you've been really cold. Let me see here. What do you think about Cory Booker for president? Oh, he excites me about as much as Kamala Harris. They're kind of like the same person. Like Cory Booker is like Barack Obama 2.0, and Kamala Harris is like Barack Obama 2.0A, 2.0-A. Like they're all the same. Like they're all the same. They're all these like high yellow, like elite Negroes who went to Yale or some shit, who like all like have the same bullshit liberal talking points. Like they all say the same shit about immigration. They all say the same shit about LGBT. They all say the same shit about feminism. And I ain't voting for.
Just reading the script.
And I'm sorry, I can't vote as a black man who is concerned for my own safety or in the safety of other black men. I will never support a politician who supports the Me Too movement. I can't. I support the original Me Too movement. It's like hip hop. Like the difference between the original Me Too movement and what it became is like the difference between original hip hop and fucking mumble rap. I don't like mumble rap. I love hip hop. I love hip hop, but I do not like mumble rap. So I love the original Me Too movement. Like I love what Tarana Burke did. You know, Tarana Burke, I read her bio carefully and I studied her background. And what I love about Tarana Burke's movement initially was she was a regular black woman, just like us, who.
It's not going down.
Okay.
Look, you have to.
Yep. Who basically decided she was a regular black woman, just like us, who decided that she wanted to start a movement to protect black girls from sexual assault. That is perfect. That's exactly what the world needs. And what happened was, when these white women started embracing it, they kind of did what they do with everything else. They do what they do with music. They did what they do when they culturally appropriate our shit. They fucked it up. They took it and they turned it into whatever they wanted it to be. And then suddenly the Me Too movement became something I couldn't mess with. They watered down and ruined the brand of the Me Too movement. If I was Tarana Burke, I'd be mad at those white women because they took what she created and made it into something that was predatory.
Well, all of the waves of feminism began, like the first wave of feminism began with abolition.
Did it?
Yeah, so abolition of trying to abolish slavery was what sparked the first wave of the feminist movement.
Really?
The second wave of the feminist movement began right after civil rights. You know, so that's how it's always been. Every single movement that white women take over, it all started with liberation of black people.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
so,
interesting.
I mean, that's just how it is. That's how it is.
Well, I can tell you, I'm not support any politician that identifies in the Me Too movement. I'm not supporting them because because what you're saying is that any woman can get a black man locked up and destroy him just based on what she says. Like that's not the only thing more powerful. I mean, the only thing more powerful than a white woman's tears is a white woman's words. A white woman's lie can do as much damage as a white woman's tears. Right. Yeah. So I will not do that. Like so when you got these black politicians that are trying to get us to support this bullshit, that to me is an example of a mindfuck toward black people because they're training us to vote against our own interests. They're training us to support the things that hurt us. Like Dr. Claude Anderson, I love him because he explains these things. Like he was explaining how they got you really believing that immigration is helping you. That all this flood of immigration from south of the border. And he showed how it's diluted the black vote. Now your votes don't mean anything at all because now you're outnumbered, like 10 to 1, whatever the hell, so anyway, let me keep going. Hey, Portia says, hey, Dr. Boyce, Tacoma, Washington in the house. Were you there, Portia? Did you come to the thing? Barbara says, are you losing weight? Kinda. If I could stop eating Skittles.
Yes, you are losing weight. Yes.
You think I'm in good. You are losing weight. I'll tell you what. I'm in good shape. You can't run all these damn miles and be in the gym. I mean, I've been in the gym like legit pumping iron, like really, like get my Rocky Balboa Apollo Creed on. So yeah, I mean, I have my physique. I like my physique where it is. I think the hard part, the one thing that takes getting used to is when you're over the age of 40, belly fat becomes very stubborn. And so I don't have nearly as much as I used to have, but you still have more than, like if I was doing this, if I was working out this hard when I was 22, 23, I'd have no belly fat. Like, so like now when your metabolism's lower, you eat one damn cheeseburger and it's like it sets you back like in months, it feels like, anyway. Buff Gibbs says you're in shape. Get in better shape. You live this late, Baltimore in the house. What's up, Dorothy? How are you? Nene says good. Drink some too. You need it to hydrate. Okay, yeah, I've been drinking a lot of water. What do you think about crypto at this time? Says Serena. I think crypto is an uncertain market. I mean, there's so many things that can shape that market that are not predictable. I think blockchain is not going to go away, but I think that in terms of how it plays out with cryptocurrency, I think that given that you have so many players in the financial marketplace, it's hard to know how that's going to play out. What's wrong, babe? Get in the shower. Why? No one's going to see you. You good. I wanted to ask you about your take on Andrew Yang running for president in 20. I don't know who Andrew Yang is, so I don't have anything to say on that. V. Cormier says, I enjoy listening to your great advice for black people. Well, thank you, V. Hey, Will Noy, how are you? Grace Dash, hello there. With the supposed checks and balances, how are we in this situation? The worst situation is purposely vague. I feel responsible somehow. I am not as politically active as my parents were. I think you just have a bad system with very bad incentives, and the money's kind of taken over the politics. And when that happens, I think you just end up with situations like this where even if the majority of the American people want something to happen, it doesn't happen. And it is what it is. Hey, Grace. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. I already answers Grace's question. Mankeith Muhammad says, Black man. How you doing, Mankeith? How are you? Raymond Steve, what's going on? Bart Langley, simply being black in the society is radical. I agree. Indris, what are your thoughts on real estate as a stepping stone to build wealth? Yeah, well, in the Black Business School, we teach that there are 3 pillars to wealth, and that's stock and bond investing, real estate investing, and entrepreneurship. Those are the 3 ways that people get rich in America. Oh, Portia said you were at the Unity breakfast. Oh, and your daughter danced at the event. Oh, nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Portia, for the compliment. I appreciate it. If you guys want to see the speech, you can go to drboycetv.com. When is the next book coming out? There's actually some books I have on Amazon. One is How to Think Like a Millionaire. One is also the $5 a day investing plan. We have a lot of different things out there if you want to take a look. If you go to drboycebooks.com, you can check out a lot of my books that I have there. You can also check out like some of the flashcards we have for kids by going to financialflashcards.com or to financialworkbooks.com. We actually created a set of financial workbooks for children of different ages and different grade bands. These meet standards like rigorous academic standards. So feel free to check it out. The next book, so we have plenty of books out, and also I've got some other books coming out this year. Ricky Webster, what would be the best way for someone to start in real estate with no experience whatsoever? I would go to theblackrealestateschool.com. Andre Hatchett runs that. He has a lot of very low-cost programs and a lot of real estate experts you can access. That's theblackrealestateschool.com. Amos says they need to commit to our causes, like do the Jews and gay folk. Yeah, they really do. You support us, we'll support you. It's simple, it's basic. It's a simple idea, it's not radical. It's only radical because people are used to black people giving away everything for nothing. Samuel Genus, in fact, they're not even used to black people caring about themselves. They're used to you calling yourselves niggas and bitches and killing each other and giving your money away. So, you know, when you come in there and start acting like you got some self-esteem, they're going to think you're the radical one, like something's wrong with you. No, really, something's wrong with them. Samuel says, I've been trying to, okay, that's the $1,000. Okay, lunch thing, all right. Mike Keith, I'm starting my business this year. All right, I can't wait to meet you too, brother. Serena, okay, she already asked what's going on with crypto. We already talked about that a little bit. Henry, do I think Bitcoin will replace the dollar? No, I do not. No, I do not. I don't believe they're going to allow that to happen. Sylvester, how you doing? Lexo, what's your outlook on the crypto market in 2019? Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to know. I mean, crypto's had such an interesting history up until this point that, you know, anything can happen. I believe in blockchain technology. I don't believe that's ever going to go away. So I think it's going to be interesting. You know, and I like being along for the ride. I'm a big investor in crypto. Larice, what are your thoughts on the wall? I have few thoughts on the wall. I don't give a fuck. The only thought I have about the wall is, you know, if you think about it like this, look, the budget for the government is $4 trillion, about $3.9 trillion or something like that. The wall is $5 billion. If I'm not mistaken, that's like 0.8% of the federal budget. Is that right? I don't even think it's half of 1%. Let me see. 3.8 trillion, 380 billion, 30. So 3.8 trillion budget, or $3.8 trillion budget means 1% of that budget is $38 billion. The wall is $5 billion, which means it's not even 1% of the budget. It's like 1/7 of 1% of the budget, right? So the idea that $4 trillion budget is being held up over an issue that is, you know, 1/7 of 1% of the budget is absolutely insane and ridiculous and counterproductive. You know, if Trump offered, I think he offered DACA protection for DACA students, then give them the damn wall. Okay, because they're going out of their way, right? Here's the thing. Here's what's really interesting, right? They're going out of their way to prove that the wall won't work. Like, oh, no, you can climb over the wall and people can go around the wall. Walls don't matter. You're wasting your money with the wall. I'm like, well, let him waste his money. It's just $5 billion. That's a drop in the bucket, right? But the reason they're trying to convince people that the wall won't work is probably because the wall will work, right? Because if it wasn't going to work, then you just let them build it and let them get it out of his system and you get back to business, right? But they're trying to show that it won't work because I believe that they believe that it will. And they also are being forced to acknowledge that in America, you have a really fucked up immigration policy. You have let millions of people just come into the country, you know, like a landslide avalanche of people. And now you want to act like they didn't come here illegally. And it's created a big mess. So everybody across the aisle agrees that they need to reform the immigration policy. They just don't have the political will to make a ham sandwich. Like in Washington, D.C., they are so dysfunctional that I have zero faith in the government to do anything good for this country. Our infrastructure is falling apart. We got all kinds of issues that can be solved if somebody just had the ability to move forward. That lady, I forgot her name, Osacio something, you know, the Latino lady that everybody loves. She's got good ideas. She had a really good idea. She said the marginal tax rate should be increased to 70% for billionaires, where it doesn't mean they pay 70% taxes. It just means marginal means like that's what you pay on like maybe the last billion of your $50 billion fortune. You're not paying 70% for the whole 50 billion. You're just paying 70% for a small portion of it. That's what they mean by marginal tax rate, right? As opposed to effective tax rate. Her idea is great. I think it's great because the problem is the budget, what is it? The national debt has continuously grown because we don't have the tax revenue to support all government spending. So every year the U.S. government is going deeper in debt, and it's not going to change anytime soon. Like nobody is doing anything about it. So your whole country is going to hell in a handbasket. And I mean, financially, we're going to be dead in the water in about 20, 30, 40 years. I'm not kidding. So I think that her ideas are great in terms of rebalancing that budget, but do I believe that they're ever going to do it? No, they're just not. I don't think they are. I think that they're just so bought and owned by these corporations that they're never going to do what's right for the people anymore. It's ridiculous. Okay, so Christine says 2 ice baths. Yes, I took 2 ice baths. Now I'm taking the hot bath. And so because I got to warm the muscles back up after I freeze them. So that's just the procedure. Cameron, have you tried to reach out to Trump to solve problems in the black community? No, I don't want to talk to Donald Trump at all. Let's see. Let me scroll down here. Mike Byers, Boyce, I have a film I'm producing. I'm getting these bogus offers from production and distribution companies. I want to remain strictly independent. What approach should I take? Well, I guess you got 3 pieces to getting a movie out, right? Production, distribution, and monetization. So you got to find some partner or some process that's going to let you distribute your films. I have a partnership with Rick Mathis, and also I've done films with my friends like Tierra, KJ Williams and stuff. And the partnership I have with Rick is one where, you know, he makes the movie and I market the movie. And also we come up with the funding for the distribution to make sure everybody sees it. And also come up with a plan for monetization so money can be made. And it works enough that it's profitable and allows us to make another movie. Because that's the goal. Like after you make a movie, you got to get your money back so you can make another movie. And that's the problem for a lot of black filmmakers is they know how to make the movie, but they don't always know how to make the money to get the money back. So they have to go to white people to help them to monetize and distribute. What was that? Oh, okay. Yeah, so, you know, if you want to look into us, maybe being a partner with you, I don't mind, you know, seeing if we can find a way to work together. So feel free to email my manager, email manager@boycewatkins.com, and just and let her know, you know, make an offer or something like that. Maybe we can help you out. Because we distribute, like we help with like Tariq Nasheed's movies and stuff like that. When Hidden Colors comes out, we always like to support what he's doing. Galliano says, what is something you want to learn that will make you a better businessman? Learning how to manage relationships, which is something that a lot of black people are not that as great at because we're so traumatized that we, I think that we're quick to cut people off and we like to fight a lot. And, you know, in fact, I was thinking about that a lot this year because I was like, you know, because I've seen, you know, every now and then somebody will send me some video and they'll be like, oh, this person was dissing you online. This person said this about you, that about you. And I just decided, like, I'm not going to participate in that. I don't want to fight with black people. I just don't. So if you try to fight me, I'll probably piss you off by trying to be your friend. I'll be like, oh, did I hurt your feelings? Like, Would you like a cupcake? Would you like a cookie? I'll send you a box of cookies. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just not gonna be fighting with black people. It's just not fun for me. What is happening with the ice, Paulina? Oh, the ice part is over. We did the ice, so now I'm in the warm water after the ice. So you missed it. You have to go back and watch the beginning of the video, or maybe 10 minutes in, where you can see me screaming as I jump in the pool of ice water. Jared Ford, do you know of individuals that group together to get medical insurance at a discounted price? Yes. There's ways. It's not that hard to get medical insurance if you're an entrepreneur. A lot of people won't quit their job because they'll be like, oh, how am I going to get health insurance? That shouldn't be a reason that you sacrifice the next 20 years of your life at some company doing a job that you hate. It's just not. What's up, Tiara? Tiara KJ Williams, a.k.a. Miss Black Hollywood. So talented. She's so talented. Aaron Prisha, how you doing? George Charles Wiley Jr., greetings, sir. I'm a Fed, and I made a song about the government shutdown. Cool. I'd like to see the song. Yes, baby.
I'm going to bed.
Oh, you're going to bed?
Good night to you.
Okay, well, I'm going to come in there in a minute. Okay, babe. All right. Well, I'm almost done.
All right, take your time.
Okay. Well, she's telling me she's going to bed, so that means I should go to bed. Where can I invest $1,000? I don't know. The stock market's a good place to start, or maybe learn how to start a business. I think that's the good. I think being a really good entrepreneur is the easiest way to make fast money. Not fast money, but if you're looking for a way to like get rich relatively quickly. If you have a child that likes money, like there was this kid I know who he likes luxury cars. And he wants to be an engineer. And I said, so you want to get these $200,000 cars and you want to be an engineer? I said, honestly, most engineers I know can't afford a $200,000 car, because most engineers I know don't make $200,000 a year. I said, if you want to be able to buy a $200,000 car, be an entrepreneur, be a really, really super good entrepreneur. Invest thousands of hours of time just doing nothing but obsessing yourself. Like be as obsessed over learning to be an entrepreneur as you are over a pretty girl or playing football or something. And I said that gives you your best shot at making like money at that level where you can actually buy a $200,000 car. So it's what it is. Let me scroll down. I'm gonna randomly grab a question. Monique Brewer says praying. Ron Adams says, ouch, brave man. Don't be laughing at me. Y'all are terrible. You need some more ice. Man, fuck you, Maria. I'm playing. I love you. Barbara says, why do you cuss so much, Dr. Boyce? I don't know. I guess because I don't give a fuck. Alvin says, white Jesus. I thought so with you. I know. I'm a coon. I ain't gonna lie. Tina, wedding, marriage date. Well, I can tell you. She's the one. She's the one. Go under, my bro. It says Hassan. No, I'm not going under. Elisa, what does frozen water do for your health? Well, it reduces inflammation. It gets my muscles. Keeps your muscles from swelling from all the running I did. And I did extra running. Maria says, I don't want to do this longer than I have to. I agree. How to build an all-black automotive brand team. I need connections. I don't know anybody that does stuff like that. I don't know. I got to think about that. Okay. I'm going to get out of here, guys. So thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. It was fun. And thank you for not laughing at me. And I'll keep you posted on my journey as I get ready for this half marathon. This is our last day of training. And so that's why today we did extra miles. So now let's rest up and get ready for the big day, which is Saturday afternoon. So take care, guys. And I will talk to you soon. Have a good night. Oh, and by the way, if you want a free e-copy of my book, you can go to drboycewatkins.net and get it totally free. It's called It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar. So go to drboycewatkins.net and you get a free copy. See you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.